Hello everybody, welcome back to Road to Master. I hope you're all having an amazing day. We're starting off with the white pieces against an 1889 from France. We have a Caro-Kann. Very happy with that. We've had a lot of Philidors at the minute, so anything apart from that I am more than grateful for. I think I've just been playing some Bullet as well. So, and I had 3 Philidors with that, which is absolutely wild. I'm not sure what it is about the Philidor that people like, but yeah. Anyway, we have this Minendo exchange, and they go ahead and play e6. E6 is an okay move, and they sort of want you to push e5. I don't think that's the move. I think the move is to take, and then play like a d6, bishop e3, bishop d3 kind of setup, and just sort of live like that. I think. So we'll go ahead with that, and then we'll try do some magic and try get a win out of this. There are options for castling queenside, although with this open c file, it's probably not recommended. We just have to be careful about some queen activities. Maybe like a knight b5 is viable. Looking to trade off this dark squared bishop, get the bishop pair, play a c3. I think we can go ahead with that. If castles we have, we have like a bishop b5, then we're definitely getting this dark squared bishop, which I am more than happy about. If they move the dark squared bishop, we can follow it up with a c3. Again, more than happy with that. And there's not really many places for them to retreat to. So, exactly, like we just saw. Happy days. What do we do here? c4, possible. I think probably castling is the right call though. Nothing fancy. If they castle, they're walking into our bishops a bit. So I think we can just kingside castle. I don't think there's any tricks we can do with this knight here. Is a6 a thing? Potentially. Potentially. Could just, yeah, I think we move it back. We drop it back to e2 and then play like a c3 just to shore everything up. They've gone for the castle. Am I looking at h4, h5? It's tricky to tell. Knight g6 is a pretty solid defensive idea from them. So I don't think we really have much of an amazing attack going, other than maybe just a h4, h5, then go for this idea. So let's do something akin to that, I guess. Drop this knight back, knight to e2. If they go bishop a7, and then we can play like a c3, queen b6. We have to be worried about this b pawn a bit. Although again, if we're playing all on the king side, are we that worried about a single pawn on the queen side? I'm not sure, to be honest. Not sure at all. Ooh, they go for that. So this is hitting both the c and the bishop. What was this knight doing? It was hitting the dark squares. Double pawn. I think it's sort of unavoidable, unfortunately. Queen g4. I guess g5, but then we... yeah, that's awkward. We probably should have played an a3 at some point then. Let's move this bishop then. Let's move the bishop. I think a bishop g5 is fine. We'll take with the queen rather than double up our pawns. And then a3 next turn. If they play like a h6, I'm super happy. It's just provoking weaknesses. Some things we can hook onto in the attack. Play a h5 to stop the knight going to g6. Queen g3, and then bishop takes h6 is the immediate threat. So I think that's pretty solid. We are losing our light squared bishop, which is a shame. And then we'll just drop back to d1. Knight's still going to e2 if we get the chance. With some potential ideas surrounding the king side, although it's a while away. So we trade off the light square bishop for the knight. It's not ideal. I would have liked to keep it, but I don't think there's much we can really do about that at this point. Knight f5, hitting this pawn, hitting this pawn. I think, unfortunately, g3 is the only thing we can do. Knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes is a bit of an annoyance. A bit of an annoyance, really. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's much we can do about that while still covering this d pawn. So we're going to have to play g3. And we just got to be very, very careful. Luckily, the queen's on this good rank to cover any sort of attack they go for. F4 might be necessary just to open some squares for the king. But I think knight sacks is a very dangerous threat that needs to be considered. This bishop's actually relatively strong here. Insanely strong, actually. It would have to be an f4 then, after queen takes, to stop that. They go for queen there. Now I think a knight e2 is necessary. Covering g3, so we can block with the check with the knight. And as well covering d4, so we can go ahead and play c3. Bishop e3, I'm not sure if I want to do. Because you're cutting off the queen from the defense. And we are under a bit of fire here. We're under a bit of fire. It's nothing we can't deal with, I don't think. So the immediate threat is knight takes. Is the immediate. Knight f4. We have bishop takes. And knight takes doesn't really change anything. Although they don't actually have knight takes because the knight's pinned to the queen. So we can just do that. Or we could just play c3. They don't actually... Oh, is bishop takes a threat? Bishop takes, pawn takes, knight takes, queen takes is not a threat. Bishop takes, knight takes, knight takes. Not a threat. I'm going to say, so we're gonna spend a time and play c3. I think that's a solid idea. Knight f4 is potential. I don't want to play king h2 because then you do have knight h4 with the pin on the queen from this sniper bishop. It's absolutely insane. King h1 followed by knight g1 is possible. Get this knight to f3 or h3 is an idea. Although I think this way is probably better with the tempo on the queen. Probably the smarter choice. And we're just working on the fact that this knight's pinned to the queen. And this queen really doesn't have many squares else to go to. G4, yeah, is the choice to continue the attack. Yeah. Yeah, I think f4 might be the only way. Knight takes. The thing is, if we go h1, then knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes. You can't block the check. So after king g1, bishop, the queen and the bishop is mating, which is annoying. Knight f4, knight takes is still the idea. f4, f3 actually, f3 works somehow. Works. Don't ask me how that works. It just does. f3, really? The knight's covering that. Where's the queen going? h3 is probably the viable choice. Just f4 then. Yeah. Wow, that's insane. That's mental. That's really, really wild. Just with the threat on the queen. Yeah, I don't think there's much else they can do. f4 is happening next. Yeah. Yeah, just f4 is the only surviving move, I believe. Probably a rook f2 just to cover the h2 square is good. Yeah, kick that queen out as well. Probably a good idea. And we are seriously under fire. The good news is they are underdeveloped. They are underdeveloped for sure. Although this bishop's not. I would say this bishop's actually quite well placed. But their rooks aren't in the game. We have a very close rook here. Yeah, g4 is interesting. It's got to be h takes, right? H takes, rook f2. With even some g takes ideas. With the pin on the king. Is very, very interesting. They could have overstepped there. They could have seriously overstepped there. Rook f2. Yeah, and then just takes. They have no checks with the knight, which is good. So they only have queen checks. And they don't have many of them at all. And they don't have push. So we're going to go rook g2 after takes here. If they do anything else, I think we're fine. They don't have many other ideas. Rook g2, threatening g takes check, winning the queen. We do have to be worried that we can't actually take here, so we have to go g2. We could potentially go rook h2, but then we can't take as well, so probably just rook g2 here. With the direct threat, so they have to deal with this. How they deal with it, I'm not quite sure. Probably just takes and leave this here. Maybe a knight f4 at that point. Get this other rook in the game somehow. Potentially takes knight, queen takes is an option. But knight takes f4. Yeah, knight f4 after pawn takes is the way to go. And we're down, what, 2 pawns? We have sort of avoided their big threats. And it just needs time to see if they have any actual mating threats, really. Their best bet would be a slow one to take this king all the way around. Maybe then a c4 break is possible. You also have bishop g5 as an idea. Just stopping the king escaping this way. So they go for takes. I think knight f4 here. Do we want knight f4? Bishop takes would be really nice to get rid of that bishop. Then the question is, then what? Then what? We still can't take this pawn, so we would have to do a rook f1, rook f3, and then do rook takes. So knight takes, bishop takes, rook there, rook f there, king takes there, king up, then do that. I think that works pretty fine, to be honest. Pretty well. If queen up, then we've got to have something, right? I mean, you're walking into several pins there. Probably just a rook f1. Covering the knight again, and threatening a rook f3. With rook g3. They are slowly running out of time. I think. Oh, king h7. Yeah, so they go queen there, and I think here just rook f3. Yeah, rook f1 threatening rook f3. We also could go just back to e2 as well. Although probably not. Probably not, to be honest. King h7 is an idea, but then their knight's pinned. They go for f6. Now, f6, we can take this e-pawn, no? Can we not just take this? With a threat of taking the knight? Surely that's just fine. Yeah, surely that's just fine, right? We get a hit on the rook. We get a hit on the knight. I mean, that just seems fine. Knight there, queen takes. You go there. Okay. Take the rook. If you take the there, and if you end up taking this, I have queen there. Yeah, so if you end up taking my rook, then I have check. King takes, check. King there. That just seems really, really nice, at least. For sure. So I'm just going to take that rook. And then we've got to calculate if this works. Takes. Oh, we even have that. Check there. No. There. Check. King there, only move. Okay. Oh, check. King there. Yeah, I mean, it's got to work, right? It's got to work. Worst case, we take the knight at the end of it. But there's got to be something here. There really does have to be. We have check. Check there. Check there. Check there. No. There. There. Okay, we'll go for that. King takes knight. That seems like a mistake. We've got 3 seconds. Push, check. Oh, I've got takes, check. Oh, you lost your queen. You lost your queen. Yes! Sue! Yeah, I knew H5's a tempting check, but my queen covers. 0.7 seconds left. I need to stop playing this too close. It's not good for my heart. It's not good at all. 1893, one game away. We definitely messed that up, by the way. Let's have a quick look in the old engine. 77.9 versus 66.5. We had mate in 3, then we messed it up with that thing. Black had a pretty significant advantage at one point, minus 4.7. Anyway, 1850 versus 1400. Let's have a look. We know this opening. Apparently takes isn't even the best move. G3, but I'm going to do takes every day. Gets it into more familiar territory. Apparently castles here is the better move rather than there. I don't like castles. It just seems like not the position you want to be. Like, the plan is super, super easy for black. I don't like knight b5 either. If I was to do that again, I wouldn't. I would stick with knight e2, c3, and then I basically got this position anyway, but I gave black more moves in between. And yeah, it's not worth it. Bishop b4's the right move. I actually do really like bishop b8. It creates a lot of problems when I castle kingside. It's probably at this point I should have castled queenside. Because you're blocking in your rook at that point. So it's a bit harder for you to attack my queenside. We brought the knight back. This was a very interesting move. Apparently rook d1 is just the way to go. And you get sort of a free rook lift if they take the bishop. Apparently this is a blunder. You take the knight. Queen takes. Really? Queen takes. Have you got a discovery? Apparently you've got a discovery. Show the follow-up. Queen e7. I don't get this. I don't get why. Maybe it's more of a you're not giving them play sort of tactic rather than anything. I don't understand that, to be honest. I really don't. G3 is sort of like the only move there, and this is minus 1.4, so we are in trouble, and we knew we were in trouble. Apparently C3 is the wrong move. You go bishop F4, and apparently you just live with this, which is wild. You just give them like a pawn. Bishop F4, knight takes, bishop takes, rook takes, trade off queens, and you just down a pawn in a knight and rook endgame. Interesting sort of Carlsbadish structure. So maybe you can play for a draw. They misplay it. Apparently knight takes G3 is the way to go, which looks absolutely ridiculous. Can I not just trade everything off? Oh, because the queen's hanging. Yeah, so trade queen. Then what? Knight E2. Oh, you have E2 check. Duh. Nice little... yeah, nice little tactic there. Because you have the intermezzo of knight takes E2 with check. So, yeah, free piece. Free piece indeed. F3 is... sort of forces queen H3. And then F4 to block off this bishop. Apparently, this is still slightly playable. I mean, it's dangerous as anything, but only minus 1.9. H5 looks like G5, sorry, looks like a big mistake to me, and I sort of knew this. You're opening your king, and I actually have very viable opportunities to counterattack, which can be dangerous, like we saw. Rook F2, right thing to do. Apparently, knight takes is the thing to do here, which looks insane. Did they not have knight takes? But I guess, yeah, bishop takes, you've got the check straight away. Queen G4, I reckon just rook H2 rather than G2. Interesting. Yeah, apparently knight takes is cool. Bishop takes. Oh, and then after bishop takes, you just add another defender onto the pawn. And this is actually slightly better for white because of just this wide open king as a result of H5. F takes, knight F4. Just do it the move earlier when you can get a pawn out of it. You know, way better. And then F6, huge mistake, apparently. Wherever we are. F6, there we go, huge mistake. I don't see why you can't go H7. Where are we? It's wanting G7, probably just to get the rook on H8, then double up with the queen. Not there, and go for H1. Seems pretty unstoppable, to be honest. Pretty unstoppable. What? King F6? Where's that come from? Where has that come from? Oh, I guess just the pin is a good way to stop this idea. Makes sense. Knight takes, free pawn, almost a free piece, pretty much. You get the check. And this is a mate in 5. We didn't have much time to think about it. I can't think of the mate, though, to be honest. Like, I really can't. Yeah, I don't know. It's got to be rook takes F6, right? Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and then queen there is the mate in 3. So, there. 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 No, that can't be right. Just tell me. Queen F8, king there. Oh, you have queen there. Okay, so what if king there then? Show follow up. Rook there. Oh, and then that's mate. I probably should have seen that. We took the knight because we had 4 seconds on the clock. Not ideal. And this should probably lead to at least a perpetual, but they blunder their queen here. Why? I'm not sure. I thought both g2 and queen h2 was viable. G2 not, because of this forced mate we see here. Going to either of these, which we probably wouldn't have seen, to be honest. But yeah, I don't know why they went queen h4. I mean, yeah, this. What's your just a perpetual? I block a bit. I don't know why you can't promote to a knight here. Probably because of check or something. I don't know why you can't promote to a knight, to be honest. Why can't you? Knight check. There. Why can't you promote to a knight? Oh, just bishop takes. Duh. God. Yeah. Anyway, they blunder their queen, and we get a pretty cool mate out of that. To be honest, we didn't deserve that win. We really didn't. They just messed it up twice, 3 times even, with these ideas. Both g5, f6, and queen h5. Those are the ways they messed it up. We didn't deserve it. But we're now, again, 1 win away from 1900. Hopefully, fingers crossed, we will get there tomorrow. But who can say? Who can say? I'll do a big warm-up tomorrow. Make sure I'm feeling good before we go for the video. And yeah, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. Please like if you liked. Please subscribe if you really liked. And I'll catch you guys all tomorrow. Bye-bye.